You know when you have those moments in video games, anime, cartoons, any type of media in the form of any entertainment where something doesn't make any sense to you at all? Yeah, Pokemon isn't even safe from that category. Seriously. How the fluff do Skinny and Wailord mate? Hey pups, Arby here, and I was surprised no one in the Pokemon community has made a video regarding this topic. Today is another top 5 list on the top 5 things in Pokemon that don't make any sense at all whatsoever. And there's probably a lot, but a mass majority of them will be in the games. Whether or not the anime or manga is included within this list is entirely up to me. If I missed anything that doesn't make any sense of Pokemon, be sure to share in the comments below. And without further delay, let's begin. Breeding. The breeding thing has always been a mystery for all Pokemon fans, but at least it's a way for all the Pokemon fans to catch them all without battling or let alone catching the Pokemon themselves. But there's a lot of things in breeding that don't make any sense at all, such as Zangoose and Survivor being the worst of enemies, but they're actually able to breed, and Nidoking and Nidoqueen both being unable to breed. Well, that's not fair. And don't get me started on Skitty and Wailord. While Pokemon breeding is another way to catch them all, it's very confusing and majority of it makes no sense. Plus, a lot of the groups being able to breed are very complicated. Need I explain this? I get the anime always puts him at 10 years old for every new region of Pokemon, but why does he not age? Ash should be like 20-something years old by now? 30 maybe? You've been 10 years old since the beginning of the anime. Just age! I think I'm gonna keep this one short, sweet, and simple, but straight to the point. The only thing that really confuses me is how Game Freak and Nintendo type out the typings of the Pokemon, such as Meryl and its evolution line being solo water types, with the exception of Azurill being normal type, which already doesn't make any sense to me at all whatsoever. But then it became a fairy type, not so sure if it's a dual fairy water type, but just saying, in Generation 6. As well as Gardevoir, and its possible evolution line being psychic, but changed to possible dual of fairy and psychic as a fairy type too. Honestly, it's more confusing to me than anything else. I don't know, what do you guys think? Now, there are some entries that are nice, some that are downright terrifying, and others that are, well, extremely confusing and super weird. Let me share 2 or 3 examples. Both Parasec's and Raichu's entries mention 2 countries. China, which in the past used mushrooms and spore-like plants as herbal medicine in the past, and India, saying Raichu's strong enough to take down an Indian elephant. Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, etc. are all places inspired by the real world places on Earth. And if that's the case, why don't we have Pokemon in the real world? And why doesn't the Pokemon world have real world creatures? You see what I mean here, guys? It's WTF town, up in the biz niche. Another weird one is Grammar's entry with the moon suddenly having X-rays. What the hell? Since when? The moon doesn't shoot X-rays. I like the Pokemon movies. You like the Pokemon movies. Then there's gonna be a Detective Pikachu movie starring Mr. Deadpool himself, voicing the cute little electric mouse. But I think after Zoroark Master of Illusions, I've kinda lost interest in the movies. Except for, you know, I Choose You and whatnot. But a few things that don't make sense was in the Genesect movie, which I'm most likely going to use as an example. Remember in Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo was an angry, heartless clone who thought he didn't have a purpose, and later was like a chief of a clan in Mewtwo Returns, and was voiced by a male and hated humans for the reasons in the first movie? Well, that all changed in the Genesect movie. Mewtwo was voiced by a female. I was okay with that. Mewtwo didn't really hate humans, just didn't trust them. I was also okay with that. But Ash barely remembered Mewtwo. Like, what? Ash, do you not remember the freaking events of Mewtwo Returns in Pokemon the first movie. You saved him from dying in Mewtwo Returns. Did they just decide to create a female Mewtwo to counterpart the first Mewtwo they created and called it Lady Mewtwo? Also, do these movies even follow the same storyline as the anime or not? I mean, Dragon Ball kinda does that. DBS Broly is proof, but I don't know if these movies even follow along the storylines of the anime. It's just really confusing to me. Oh my Arceus, this took for freaking ever! Plus, I had to think of the most confusing things in Pokemon in general, mostly in games or in anime, and now I think my brain hurts. Anyways, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. If so, make a punch that like button. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to join the Pepper Pack today. Also be sure to check out my 2 streaming channels, my 2 other YouTube channels, my social links, Redbubble store, and other things in the description. Special thanks to my Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. As always, I'll see you later, pups. Stay awesome, stay strong, and stay beautiful.